Hey YouTube, so in today's episode, I want to talk to you about a tale of two knives. So these two knives right here, they are called the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 knives. So there's a story behind these knives and how I got them, right? So I've never owned a Spyderco knife before. So a friend of mine who is sort of like a knife collector, he owned this knife. And it was about my birthday in the month of August, and he decided to surprise me with this knife. So when he gave it to me, I was like, ooh, ah, wow. And here's the reason why. I love the handle. It's not rough, but even when your hands are drenched in oil, it won't slip. And I love the way it opens. It can open like this. When I first got it, that's how I opened it. And as I started using it, I discovered, oh, I can either open it like this, or I can put my index finger in this hole and flick like that. Or I can use my middle finger, put it right here like this, like Spider-Man, and flick like that. Or if I happen to hold it like this, right, and the blade is pointed downward like that, I can put my ring finger like this, hold it, and like that, flick it like that. So it's a very nice knife. It opens however you like it. There's about 4 ways of opening this, 4 or 5 way. And if you're not really good with your fingers, you can open it like this. So what I like about this, that this locking mechanism is called the compression lock. It slowly opens up like this, and you can see it locks like that. And so to unlock it and fold it back, you just need to press this and go like that. So the only bad thing about this design is that it's geared toward right-handed user. It's so that your index can press this and fold it like this, like that. Okay, like this, like that. Whereas if you were to try it with your left hand, it's kind of awkward. If you try to do this if you try to unlock it with your left index finger, it's kind of hard. Or you can hold the knife like this and flick it like press it this way, and it'll unlock. But it's more awkward if you're left-handed. So this knife, the way I see it, it's friendlier toward right-handed people. Okay, so what I like about this knife is that everything here is solid. When you flip the knife out, you can hear the distinct click, and you know it's locked. As you can see, there's no side-to-side play on this knife, and there's no back and forth play like that. It is solid once the lock is engaged, and that's what I like. Now the blade shape is perfect. It's perfect for skinning. It's perfect for any type of chore. Opening boxes and stuff like that, opening envelope, the tip is perfect. However, it doesn't come with its own fault. The tip here, if you're not careful with it, you can break the tip. I broke this tip. You can see here, it's sort of like there's a brownish tinge on it. That is because I broke the tip and I used my belt sander to shape the tip back. And because of the heat, it made the brownish tinge here. So I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know anything about knife, or I'm not a knife smith, so maybe the heat might have played a part in making the knife blade worse. But it's better than having a broken tip, I can tell you that. So I'll show you the difference here. You see, this is the new knife here, and I can show you. See, that's how short this knife is. Okay, see this there, okay, and there. So this knife, the tip has broken off. So this knife here is the SV30 steel blade knife. The new knife here is the SV45 VN knife. So I'll show you. I'll tell you here. So this knife was given to me by my friend, and I've been using it, and I loved it, and I've abused it and stuff like that. You can see scratches on the blade. See that? I'm very hard on my tool, and it's held up. Other than me breaking the tip and reshaping it, everything is fine. Holds the edge retention is really nice. And if you could see here, I've used a wrench to baton the top here to cut stuff. So this is I'm very abusive to my knives, but it's held the test of time. Okay, so one day I misplaced this, and I was really sad. I was afraid that I might have lost this. So I was having sort of like a Spyderco Paramilitary 2 withdrawal. So I decided to buy this new one to replace it. And so this one was a this one is a S45VN blade, and I can tell you that the blade here is way better than this blade. Okay, the edge retention on this one, the SV45, holds up to more abuse here, S30 here. Okay, so I did some research. Supposedly, the SV45 blade here is sort of like a more refined version of the S30V and the S35V. So that's that. So these are the pros and cons. The cons is that the edge here can break easily. Okay. Now another thing. Okay, when I found this knife again, um, this knife had some rust right where the underlug here. That was because I had moisture in there, and so it had some rust. But then I used Q-tip and rubbed off the rust with olive oil. Okay. And so, but then other than that, the knife is really nice. It holds very well. And so some of you might ask like why I put this clip right here. And so this is the reason why. Some people, because they're right-handed, they put their clips on this side. But to me, it doesn't make sense to me. I put my clip right here. The reason is because if you look at here, this curvature here is actually, really good for my grip right here. See, it actually, my grip actually holds to it really nicely, and it's very comfortable. Whereas when the clip here was right here, okay, it dug into the palm of my hand, and I didn't like the feeling. Here, it's like the clip is not there. Okay, the scale here just goes right to the back of my hand here, right into the palm of my hand here, like an extension of my hand. And because of the curvature here, okay, on the clip, it actually is really nice for my finger. So that's what I found out. And so that is why these two clips are on this side. Okay, so this knife and this knife, because they are the same shape, they work the same, they feel the same. However, what I noticed is that this knife, the edge retention is way better than this knife because of the metal. So that's just my review on this knife. Oh, another thing, I noticed that when I put this in my pocket and I get out of my car, the clip here tends to grab onto my steering wheel, and so I actually have some nicks underneath my steering wheel where my hip turns. When my hip turns, it tends to this clip tends to because I put this in my right pocket, right? This clip tends to grab onto my steering wheel. So what I did was I used a plier and I made this clip go down a little bit more than how it used to be. So the original clip, this end right here, comes up higher so that it'll clip onto your pocket way better. But in doing that, it grabs onto the steering wheel, and I didn't like that. Okay, so that's why I did what I did here. Right now it's lower than the factory clip. That way it avoids it doesn't grip the steering wheel that much. So that's what I found out on my knives. This knife right here, as soon as I got it, that's what I did too. As you can see here, it's low and it's low. Both are low. So if you have not owned a Spyderco PM2, I'd say you will not regret it if you bought it. They are so good. That's it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are.